Welcome back to Dark Corner's Physical Media Reviews.
Now, which side do you like to sleep?
Do you want me to throw you out?
Oh, in that case, I'll sleep in the middle.
We're looking at Volume 2 of Imprint's Alfred Hitchcock The Early Years on Blu-ray, covering films from 1934 to 1940, spanning Hitch's British and American periods. Sabotage is a sometimes confusing title, partly because Hitch made a film called Saboteur a few years later, one of his many man-on-the-run films, and partly because Sabotage is based on Joseph Conrad's book The Secret Agent, and the name was changed because Hitchcock had directed an unrelated film called The Secret Agent that same year. Known as A Woman Alone in the US, it is an atypical Hitchcock thriller, despite being the source of one of the director's most oft-cited anecdotes about a bomb on a bus.
Here, you can't bring those there in a public vehicle. They're films, ain't they?
Yes.
Then they're flammable.
Generally quite highly thought of, I personally find Sabotage a bit heavy and po-faced.
It's Verloc.
Come on, Grandpa, open up. It'll save a lot of trouble.
More fun and fiercely typical is Young and Innocent, one of those aforementioned man-on-the-run films, and if not a remake, then at least a retread of the 39 Steps.
Well, it's time we got this thing finished. Now, is this belt yours or isn't it?
Which in no way stops this from being light, frothy fun, yet still an effective thriller.
So you came back after all. You really do think I'm innocent?
Nova Pilbeam is fabulous in her second Hitchcock film, A Star Who Might Have Been, and the long tracking shot that is the film's most Hitchcockian moment still has the power to impress.
I'm right here to tell you, sister, no one can like the drummer man. Every man who plays in the band is...
The standout of this set, and it's a strong set, is The Lady Vanishes.
There has been no English lady here.
What?
Reputedly the film that got Hitch his long negotiated Hollywood deal and vying for the 39 Steps as the best of his British period.
Come in.
We've reviewed this before for our streaming strand, and it is a joy of a film.
That's fixed him.
Like a lot of Hitchcock films, it is underpinned by convoluted machinations which don't hold up to scrutiny, and it doesn't matter, because the plot is reduced to the simplicity of a missing person.
Ah, well, we're getting somewhere at last. We definitely know that Miss Froy was on this train, and we know that our friend in here had something to do with it.
Find Miss Froy. Doesn't matter why, it doesn't matter what's at stake, just enjoy the journey and the characters and the sparky romance.
My theory, my dear Watson, is that we are in very deep waters indeed. Oh, thank you very much.
This mixture of comedy and thriller, the one never undermining the other, is something Hitchcock does so effortlessly you might think it easy, were it not for the so many directors then and now who struggle to emulate it and fail.
You know, I'm half inclined to believe that there's some rational explanation to all this.
Foreign Correspondent was Hitchcock's second American film and arguably his first truly Hitchcockian American film. Producer David O. Selznick had involved himself so much in Rebecca that its making had become a battle, and Foreign Correspondent, made for Walter Wanger Productions, was a chance for Hitchcock to just be himself.
Excuse me. May I have your picture, Mr. Van Meer? Thank you.
Which, for Hitchcock, usually meant a man-on-the-run film, the plot to which he always retreated in times of doubt. If there's little that's original, it's no less entertaining and is now done on a grand American scale. Hitchcock brazenly ignoring the Neutrality Act to give an enjoyable and thrilling adventure real impact. Also included as an extra is 1934's Waltzes From Vienna, perhaps the most atypical Hitchcock film, a comic biography of Johann Strauss.
Da 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 da.
Yes, that is what I want. Yes, that's it exactly. I should never have thought of it intended to be for you.
If only you could finish it.
I'll finish it, don't worry. Now I've got something to work on. Come on.
This was made at a bad point in Hitch's career. He had been let go from British International Pictures and took a deal with producer Tom Arnold just to keep working. For that reason, and because it's so atypical, this is probably the least seen Hitchcock film, except for Mountain Eagle, which is lost.
I'd be a lot safer if you let me climb down myself.
And that's a shame, because for the first half hour, it's brilliant and really funny. It's Hitchcock doing Lubitsch and doing it well.
Oh, that's nothing. He's dreaming that he's fighting a duel.
If not for some unpleasantness behind the scenes, Hitch did not get on with star Jesse Matthews, the whole film might have retained this tone. As it is, it becomes turgid romantic drama.
What on earth are you talking about?
Still worth watching for the opening, and although SD rather than HD, it's great to finally see a decent print.
Late Empress.
Thank you, Excellency.
On to the extras. Sabotage, Young and Innocent and The Lady Vanishes all have 2 commentary tracks, one new, one archival, all worth a listen. We're always fans of Kim Newman, which is just as well because he's on everything. Here, with Barry Forshaw on Sabotage and Joe Botting on Young and Innocent. But the new track by Jason Ney on The Lady Vanishes is a particular standout, breaking down scenes and highlighting the first-rate model work and effects shots for a film mostly contained to a studio set. Rounding out the new features are interviews with critic Tim Roby and Matthew Sweet. The wealth of archival and license programmes cover critical analysis from episodes of Cinema Then, Cinema Now and City Cinematheque, profiles on Hitchcock's early life and early films, On Location with Robert Powell, excellent audio interviews with Hitch and Peter Bogdanovich, alongside the usual trailers and image galleries. Foreign Correspondent is the only film that feels short-changed, with only an episode of Trailers from Hell and a radio adaptation. And I guess Waltzes from Vienna, which is only included as an extra, but it's the one you sort of want to know the more about because it's the one you hear about the least.
Oh, I was dreaming that I was fighting a duel in defense of your honor.
That was very good of you, darling.
Needless to say, I killed my man.
As a set, this is great. Sabotage is average but interesting.
For God's sake, why don't you go?
Young and Innocent and Foreign Correspondent show Hitchcock doing what he did best. Waltzes from Vienna shows him not doing what he did best, but doing it really, really well.
Admirable. Magnificent. Such masterly contempt for form.
And The Lady Vanishes is a masterpiece. ViaVison has once again brought together an impressive selection of archival features, licensed programs, and new content.
I've got to talk to you more about this. The police will catch up with us soon. Where's the best place to hide?
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to hear more about all of Hitchcock's films, then please join us on Patreon or YouTube memberships for our series 52 Weeks of Hitchcock. What are your thoughts on these 4 or any other man-on-the-run films that Hitch would make throughout his career? Let us know in the comments below.